Hi folks, Lily here. This video is part of a video series for you to watch with your child. In this video series, you'll learn how to put together an ingredient tasting to learn all about the different flavors and textures of the ingredients in a recipe. You'll also learn how to follow along with a recipe to make a healthy snack or meal together. If you aren't watching this video with your child, now is a great time to hit pause and go get them so you can watch the rest of this video together. Hi folks, Lily here with Spoons Across America, and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best ever homemade French fries. French fries are a fast food favorite, but this recipe is an easy and healthy version that you can make right at home. I have a few simple tricks and tips to help you get super crispy and delicious French fries. Alright, the first thing you gotta do is taste. So again, we want to start with your tasting plate. Because potatoes are something you don't usually try raw, you can explore them with other senses instead of taste. Look at them, smell, feel what the texture is like, and then you can go ahead and taste your other ingredients. After your tasting, you're ready for the recipe. Remember, we always want to read the recipe before we start cooking so there's no surprises. After you've read the recipe, you're ready to dive in. There's just a few simple ingredients for this recipe. Today we're using russet potatoes. I like russet potatoes because they're nice and big, and so they make good fries. But if you have another type of potato that are smaller, you can use those as well. We also are going to need olive oil or another neutral cooking oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and any additional spices you might want to add. Alright, we're ready for step one. The first step of this recipe is filling up a bowl with water and a lot of ice. This ice bath is a simple trick to getting your potatoes super crispy. Once you have your ice bath ready, it's time for your potatoes. You want to wash them so they're nice and clean, and then you're going to cut them. To cut them, we're going to make them into wedges. I like wedges for French fries because it gives lots of surface space to get nice and crispy and delicious. To do that, we're going to do it like this. You're going to start with a knife and you're going to cut right down the middle horizontally. Just like this. Then you're going to take one of these halves and you're going to stand it up. And you're going to cut it in half again. This time vertically, the long way. Now, you're going to take one of these halves and you're just going to cut it into small wedges. Just like this. It'll give you a nice potato wedge. You'll probably get 4 or 5 out of each half. Alright? We're going to repeat that with the other potatoes. Alright, once your potatoes are all cut into wedges like this, we're going to add them into our ice bath. Alright, set your timer for 30 minutes and let your potatoes sit. While the potatoes are soaking, you can go ahead and move on with the next step of your recipe. Line 2 cookie sheets or roasting pans with parchment paper, or if you have non-stick cookie sheets, you can skip this step, and have an adult help you preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, after 30 minutes of soaking, your potatoes are ready to go. You're going to drain the water out of your bowl and dump your potatoes out onto a clean towel. Use clean hands to spread them out and then dry them off with another towel. We want to make sure to get them nice and dry before we add any seasonings. And you might be wondering, why soak potatoes in an ice bath when we're making French fries? Well, when you soak the potatoes, it helps to remove some of the starches, which makes them extra crispy when they break and helps them from sticking together when they're cooking. Once they're all dry, you can just pick them up and pour them right back into your bowl. Next, we're ready to add seasoning. First, we're going to add olive oil. We need 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to mix with a wooden spoon or clean hands. We're going to add salt, 1 teaspoon, garlic powder, also 1 teaspoon, and black pepper to taste. At this point, you can also add other seasonings you may like in. If you want to make it spicier or add some other flavors, you can add them in and just mix it all up. Alright, our potatoes are all mixed and it's ready for baking. You can go ahead and grab those cookie sheets you got ready earlier, and we're going to lay our potatoes out on the cookie sheets. I'm using clean hands to do this. I like to try to keep my potatoes so they're all evenly laid out, not touching each other. This helps so that they get nice and crispy on all of the sides. Alright, once your potatoes are all in the pan, they're ready for the oven. We're going to bake them for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. Have a parent help you put them in the oven and then set your timer. After 20 minutes, we're going to check them and flip them over. Alright, after 20 to 25 minutes, it's time to flip your potatoes. Have an adult help you take the pans out of the oven for this. Alright, now be careful, these pans are hot. You can use a pair of tongs like these to flip over your potatoes. This is important so that the potatoes can get nice and crispy on both sides. Once you've flipped all your potatoes over, put them back in the oven for another 25-ish minutes. After about 20 to 25 minutes, start checking your potatoes again. You'll know they're finished when they're super dark golden brown and super crispy. Some of them might have even started to puff up like this as the outside starts to crisp away from the soft inside of the fry. When they're all finished, have an adult help you take them out of the oven and let them cool until they're cool enough to handle. Then enjoy. You can serve them with any dipping sauce, ketchup, spicy mayo, guacamole, or you can have them alongside a meal, like a salad, vegetables, maybe some meat or eggs. You can also make these french fries with other types of potatoes, small red or purple potatoes, or with sweet potatoes. You can mix up the spices too, maybe add in some chili powder or paprika, or try dried herbs like thyme or oregano. Whatever flavors sound good to you and your family. These potatoes are super easy to make and a lot healthier than the ones that you get at a fast food restaurant. So I hope you try making them and think a little bit about, maybe as you're trying it, how that potato that we saw at the very beginning, boring old potato, turned into something like the French fry. Something so delicious that most of us just can't get enough of them. It's pretty funny, isn't it? Thanks for joining me in my kitchen, and I'll see you next time.